Okay, he's basically done. I still need to sew on his eyes and his eyebrows and his glasses, but the rest of them's done. I got the arms done. They're all articulated. They're tied on and everything. Paint a fence or wax a car. Paint a fence. Anyway, he's doing pretty well. I'm just gonna finish up these last couple of things, take a couple pictures, and then send him on his way to get his real clothes put on, because these clothes are just something I had left over from Crank Anchors. I didn't want to have I didn't want to get demonetized for naked Ben Franklin here. So instead, I will get demonetized. Not that I'm getting money for these things, but I'm gonna get demonetized for headless Ben Franklin, because I'm gonna pop his head off right now. It'll make it a little easier on me to not have to deal with this body. So, all right. Oh, and as you can see, his glasses are not on his face just yet. Ah! Okay. So because I wasn't able to sync these, doll joints in his eyes, I'm gonna have to sew up. I'm gonna sew the upper eyelids on, and then I think I'll just put a little bit of glue underneath the bottom of his eyes, and that should secure them pretty well. It's like American Beauty. Even though they were a pain, I'm kind of glad I put those ears on him, because it's helping keep the glasses on. I tried to clean this place up a little bit here too. I'm gonna try and get all his hair out of his eyes too. Ordinarily, I wouldn't sew these on here like this, but I don't like that there's really no easy way to secure them the way I built this head. So I guess the moral of the story is, don't put the brain in until you've got the eyes on. If you want to sink a doll joint in there. He's got hair in his thread here. Come on. I kind of wonder if I should have made this nose a little darker shade of fleece as well. I kind of feel like it's getting lost on this face a little bit, but it's already sewn on, so I don't really have to want to deal with it. Make sure these are even. Hi, Tilly. So with all these pins still in here, it's super easy to get the thread caught in them. So just be careful. You know, when you're building your own Benjamin Franklin here. Okay, so both eyelids are in place now. I'm going to, I think, just put a little hot glue under each of these bottom parts, and then they're on in place. Okay. I don't like to use a lot of hot glue, but sometimes it's the only thing that works. Get the hot glue out of his hair. All right. Oh, somebody's here. Let's see who we got. Hey, Lori. Plan to work on his costume while I'm working wardrobe at the opera next week. Great. Yeah, I think he'll probably be to you by Monday or Tuesday if I send him out tomorrow. I wanted to send him today, but I just couldn't make it happen. I get to have eye surgery next week, so at least I was able to get it done before that. Well, it's not really. It's eye surgery, sort of. I have to get an injection in my eye. I blew a blood vessel out in my eye last Friday and had to go to the doctor, and they took a look at it, and they said that I needed to have this injection to dissipate the blood that was inside the eye. That is in my. I can kind of see a little area there. It's not really surgery. It's just they're going to have to do that injection, which is a mess. But I've had to have it done years ago before, and I've been pretty lucky not having to do it. But yeah, so that delayed me a little bit. Otherwise, I would have had this thing done. It's one of the benefits of being diabetic for as long as I have been. Yeah, it'll probably take me out of commission for a couple of days, but once I'm recovered from the actual procedure, I'll be fine. Tell you what, it would have been a lot easier to put these eyebrows on if I had done it before I put the hair on. I'm constantly picking up little pieces of hair in the thread. I'm really happy with the way this thing turned out. I tell you that picture of that little kid dressed as Ben Franklin really inspired me as much as anything else. He just looked so proud of himself that he was dressed as Benjamin Franklin. I think I'm gonna post this pattern over the weekend on the website because I do see the validity. I mean, the pattern for this head and this body, I think, are pretty versatile and different than a lot of other characters. So I think you could really make some cool characters or use it as a base to make other characters. I think I'm gonna make another puppet out of this pattern. Yeah, we can do. I can do that. I'm anxious to try it. I know I paid for it. I just don't know how to. Don't know. I've never done it, so I'm all set to do it. So yeah, let's plan a live feed uh, where we talk about how the next steps go. I think that'd be awesome. Oh, okay. I got that first eyebrow on. Okay, gotta glue down these eyes now. Speaking of eye surgery, okay, those eyes are on now. Thank you. Yeah, this is the very end of it. TC. Just one eyebrow and then attaching the eyeglasses, and then he's done. Of course, I've lost my needle and thread now. There it is. Push that out of the way. Just trying to even out these eyebrows. Oh yeah, so what I did was the mouth plate has a it is a little small, but a lot of that is actually it's bigger than it looks. The mouth plate is actually here, but he's got really thick lips, and so it makes it look smaller. Um, and I have in here on the bottom, I have a piece of half round dowel. I have another piece right here. I saw it. What did I do with it? I saw it when I was cleaning up. Yeah. So I have a piece of half round. Sorry. So this is it's called half round, and it's an inch. It would be around 1 inch dowel, but it's actually cut in half. And then I have it cut into a little thing. And so originally, this is actually just on the bottom. There's a thing. You have a piece of wood in there, and then it's up against a piece of foam. so you can kind of pull the lip in. Originally, this was on the top too, but there wasn't enough room that you could wrap your fingers around it. I'm showing you nothing. And so then there's a small little mouth plate, and then there's a piece of foam that's right up against your fingers that's covered in fleece. And then you basically can hold on to it and curl that lower lip in. And so that's basically all it is. It's just it's not as small as it looks, but it makes it look that way because of the lips. Oh, I feel so close to getting this thing done. He may end up with eyebrows look like Johnny Fiamma's. I don't know why I think Benjamin Franklin was kind of full of himself, but I get that's the whole total vibe I get from this puppet is he's just like, yeah, whatever, guys. You guys can't see anything. Sorry. He's having very delicate surgery on his eyes here. He's got an eyebrow lift. Okay. Well, that's it for the black thread, which is great. Oh, good night, Lori. Yeah, Lori's gonna. You weren't on here when we were talking about it, but Lori's the one who's gonna make his outfit. So I'm shipping him off to her, and then she should get it on Monday or Tuesday. And it looks like we're gonna do a couple of live streams where she talks about the costuming process. So stay tuned. I tell you what, this is the type of commission that I like, where I get to basically do what I want to do with it and not have to deal with a lot of notes. Okay, I gotta figure out how to. Oh boy, this PVC pipe is tough. Ouch. Oh boy. Well, I guess I'll start this over. There we go. I hope you aren't following along because you want to learn something other than what not to do. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, exactly. I was talking about all the stuff that I went through to get those arms done. In that, I sewed up the whole arm on the machine, and then when I cut it out, the fabric on the bottom side had shifted, so it made the I was going to hand sew the fingers, and because of that shifting, the fingers weren't the right size, and I completely mangled the one below. So I'm like, okay, I did it on both of them, and I was like, okay, I guess I got to make a new I got to make a new hand, and only to find out I didn't have enough fabric to make a whole new set of arms. So I basically had to cut apart the top section of what I had done before and use the fabric to make another two sets of arms. And it was pretty hairy, but I ended up having to completely do it from scratch. Sew everything from by hand. I may have messed this one up too. I'm going to try and salvage it. Well, that worked. I think I'm a mere 3 stitches away. Well, 3 different points of stitches away, probably about 9 of finishing this thing, which is great. That one was easy. Okay. I guess I cut that knot off. There we go. Okay. Of course, I'm going to have to thread this needle one more time. Make sure they're straight. Okay. Home stretch. This is exactly the way I did Strange Pork's glasses, except I took the glass out when I did it. All right, there we go. Okay. He's done. Got to put them together again. All right. He's gonna have a different outfit, but there he is. I feel like he has Fabio hair. Let's see. But I have no idea what Ben Franklin would say, but there he is. I should make him a little kite. I think I need to move around some of the stuffing in his arms. Make him a little bit more pliable. So, he looks like a pretty good know-it-all. All right. That's it. Thank you for coming with me on this weird puppet journey. When I told people I was making Benjamin Franklin, they're like, why? But they're actually doing a show. They're doing a show in, I think, Minnesota somewhere over the summer where Benjamin Franklin is going to be played by a puppet. And that's what this is for. So I'm hoping that I can actually get out there to see it, but we'll see. Let me think. I'm not sure when I started it. When did I start this build? I started it. If I can remember how to use my phone. Because I'm an old man. Looks like I started on April 8th. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good run. So I'm going to be giving a class in, next year in Las Vegas as part of the land schools. I'm not sure if they have it available yet, but I'm going to be teaching how to pattern and build a puppet. And it's probably going to be a dog or a cat, something like that. But I want to take you through every part of the process to teach that. I also, there seems to be kind of a want for online classes. I might do one of those coming up too. So I'm really just trying to get this website up and trying to get more comfortable on camera because I have suffered from being really nervous teaching this stuff online. And that's why I've been broadcasting these builds. But yeah, if you want me to do a class, I guess put a message up on, I don't know how you would do it. Just say so in the comments because I enjoy teaching this to other people. Probably the biggest, I think, most empowering thing I ever learned was how to pattern things for myself rather than being stuck with using somebody else's pattern. I started before I knew really how to pattern. But once, I did buy a few patterns and didn't really understand the process of doing it myself. But once I learned the process, it definitely, my puppet building just escalated. So. Yeah, TC, you took the class. You took a version of the class, and it was I think helpful, right? We didn't get through most of it because I had never taught it before when I taught your class, and so we didn't get to every part of it. But really, I'm very meticulous about the way I pattern, and I think that it helps. There's different ways to pattern, but this is the way it works for me, and I think it works for a lot of people this way. There's another way of patterning that is using clay, or I think those are probably some people actually they model it in 3D and then have a Pepakura pattern or a program spit out a pattern for you. So I think there's I think there's probably 3 or 4 different ways of doing this, and you know, if you can learn all 3, great, and just apply whichever works the best for you. I kind of just use this pattern because it's the way I think. I can look at a shape now and be like, okay, you kind of started here, and it'll look like this flat. I typically use a tape method, but I'd rather get better your method. Help me to learn, meet more puppet folks. Yeah, that's right. You were just started meeting other puppeteers when I think you had taken one of the other classes that Stacy was doing when I did that one. But yeah, I had taught it online, but I had never taught it in person. And I tell you, I use contact cement when I do this, and it's a pretty fast process. I was completely caught off guard by having to use hot glue to do everything in Stacy's because I don't usually work that way, and so it really put us behind on that 2-day build. I don't think we even got the ball, the sphere ready on that first day, and by the time we got to the second day, I was just like, I could just barely get through the whole truing up process and everything else. But yeah. Well, anyway, I guess Ben Franklin is done, and I will be finding a box and shipping him off. But I think I was talking to Lori. When she receives it, we're going to do a couple of what happened here? A couple of online or live streams where we go over the costuming process of this guy. So that should be exciting. So I'm trying to think what I'm going to be building next. I think I'm going to be building building one of the Tilly puppets. I have 2 Tilly puppets that I sold guy over a year ago. The worst thing you can ever say to me is, "Oh, there's no rush," because I will just keep putting it off. But I have 2. They wanted them bigger, and so I need to scale up that pattern. So I'll probably build those guys next. So I may actually, you know what? I've been thinking about putting that pattern up online for sale. So I might put that up about a week before I start building that one, so people can follow along at home. So anyway, I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching this whole process.